Скорее закрываются. Следующая станция – Петровский парк. Будьте вежливы, уступайте места инвалидам.
Alright, this is my video update from Moscow, Russia on this Wednesday midday, July 26th. We are at the Chesaka metro station and we're going to go to Avia Park. So let's find our way to the exit to Avia Park and we'll talk about some news. Pretty nice metro station, I have to admit. Dedicated to the athletic club Chesaka. They have a very good football team, but they have one of the top basketball teams, Chesaka Moskva. So this is a newer station. This is not one of the old stations in the city center. It's impressive. It's very impressive. This is my first time here, by the way. So let's see if I manage to make it to the park or if I get lost. Either way, it'll be an adventure. Avia Park Shopping Center. So in this video, we'll talk about Biden, talk about Hunter Biden, we'll talk about the Russian economy, and we'll do a clown world as well. We've got rain. We've got rain. We've got lots of rain. Здравствуйте. Okay. Let's see, what are we gonna do here? You know what? Give me 1 minute. I've got my umbrella, so I'm gonna grab my umbrella and we'll walk over to the park. So give me 1 sec.
If you could do anything at all, Joe, what would you do? I said I'd cure cancer. They looked at me like, why cancer? Because no one thinks we can. That's why, and we can. We'd end the cancer as we know it.
That's Bidenomics in action. And the American people are beginning to feel Bidenomics.
I am back. And I did bring an umbrella. It is raining pretty hard right now. And let's talk about some news. So this is Avia Park. Okay. Pretty nice. Looks like your standard shopping center, shopping mall. Now it looks like the rain is, it's not so bad. Now it stopped. All right, so the rain has stopped. All that trouble, taking out the umbrella, and for what? For nothing. Got the hoodie, I got the umbrella, and now we got some rain stoppage just in time to make my video. Let's see here. They say there's a park somewhere around here, like a really nice park, but I don't see it. Maybe it's up that way? I don't know. Let's go this way and see what's going on. So Biden, Joe Biden, Greece's favorite son. We got Bidenomics. The Americans are feeling the effects of Bidenomics. We've got Biden. Now the rain is back. We got Biden curing cancer. We got Biden taking on the multipolar world, taking on Russia, taking on Xi. Biden's awesome. Biden is awesome. Oh boy. So we got a whole bunch of scandals now in and around the Biden family. We have this new scandal that just broke, and I'm not even that up to date on this scandal, but from what I understand, we have Hunter Biden's lawyer called up the judge of the case that he got this sweetheart deal with his taxes and the gun charges, and his lawyer called up the judge and pretended to be the prosecution so that they could remove some evidence or something like that. What kind of cloud world is this? What kind of nonsense is this, man? I'm telling you, the U.S. the U.S. government, they have no right to label any other country in the world corrupt. They've lost that right. With the Biden presidency, that right has disappeared. I've never heard of such a thing. A lawyer pretending to be the opposition, calling up the judge to get evidence. I think it was like evidence removed or something like that. Oh man. Okay, I didn't find the park, but I found a shopping mall, and I've never done a video from inside a shopping mall. So this is going to be a first for all of us. Oh well, we'll go with the flow. A lot of people here today. A lot of people. Sanctions, everybody. Sanctions are really working, huh?
Те же самые документы. И, ну, понятно, ясно дело.
Coffee. 90 rubli. Not bad. Just dollar coffee, pretty much. All right, so these are the supermarkets. This is the shopping mall. Everyone's seen a shopping mall. There's all kinds of videos of shopping malls from Moscow. But we're here, so we'll do our video. So let's see, you have Biden and his lawyer pretending to be someone they're not. So Hunter Biden and his lawyer pretending to be someone they're not. We have, what else do we have? Oh, we have this whole art scandal that broke out. So, so there was this real estate agent in, I believe, Los Angeles, and she ended up buying, I believe, a Hunter Biden painting for like $200,000. And Hunter Biden painting for $200,000. Anyway, and she ended up being appointed by the Biden White House as like something like one of the administrators or directors for like the White House, like art or cultural ministry or something like that. I've got the article. Let me find a place to put this away and take out my my phone so I could read you the article. And I don't want to put down the camera. I want to keep on filming. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out. Here we go. Let me pull up the article. Elizabeth Hirsch Naftali, a Los Angeles real estate investor who contributed more than $200,000 to Joe Biden's 2020 presidential campaign, was among the buyers of Hunter Biden's artwork. Business Insider reported on Tuesday. The outlet said it was not clear whether her purchase was made before or after President Biden appointed her to the Commission for the Preservation of America's Heritage Abroad in July 2022. Hunter Biden's art sales have generated at least $1.3 million in proceeds since his debut in 2020, a remarkable haul for a fledgling artist with no formal training. He learned the identities of at least two of the buyers, including Hirash Naftali and Los Angeles lawyer Kevin Morris, Business Insider said, citing three people familiar with the matter. $1.3 million for Hunter Biden art. Oh boy. So we have that scandal, which popped up yesterday as well. And what else do we have? Oh, we have the news that Joe Biden allegedly interacted with 200 Hunter Biden clients. 200 Hunter Biden clients. That's how many business dealings the big guy had with his son. This is allegedly, and this is an article from the Federalist, I believe, Molly Hemingway, who's, when she reports on something, she's pretty spot on. She's an excellent journalist. So you have that as well. And then you have the Collective West media. You have CNN, MSNBC, and all of the Collective West media. Their talking point now is, we see all of these scandals with Hunter. That's all well and good, but we don't see the connection to Joe. How is this connected to the president, they ask. This is how they're trying to gaslight the American people. Yeah, okay, Hunter was doing all kinds of shady business deals and involved in all kinds of corrupt activity and was very troubled, but how is this connected to Joe? Gosh, I wonder, how is this connected to Joe? I don't know, maybe the video of Joe Biden in front of the Atlantic Council where he says he's not going to get the $1 billion unless Poroshenko fires the Ukrainian prosecutor. I don't know, maybe that's a way to connect Biden to all of this corruption. Or maybe the Burisma guys telling Hunter to ring up his dad so that they can get some of the heat removed from Zlochevsky, the Burisma managing director. Maybe that's a way to connect all of this to Biden. Boy, their lies are unbelievable. And they really think the American people are this naive, that they're going to actually believe this new narrative that, yeah, Hunter's corrupt, Hunter's troubled, but there's no real connection to Joe Biden. Come on, man. Sanctions, everybody. Sanctions. Oh, boy. So, let's see. We have a Wall Street Journal article. And this article, and by the way, before I get into this Wall Street Journal article, all of this corruption, all of this activity is all focused around Ukraine. The name Ukraine and Burisma keeps on popping up over and over again. There's a place to sit. So of course, the conflict in Ukraine and Joe Biden's escalation in Ukraine has nothing to do with Hunter and the corruption and the business dealings. Nah, nothing to do with that. Even though in all of these articles about all of the corruption from Hunter and Joe and all of this stuff, the name Ukraine comes up over and over and over again. But no, the conflict in Ukraine is all about democracy, human rights. Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys for 1 second and I'll be right back. I am back. I just had to put my umbrella away because I couldn't hold the phone and the umbrella and the camera. I only have 2 hands, so I needed to free something up. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so everything revolves around Ukraine with all of these scandals, and we're being led to believe that the conflict in Ukraine and the escalation in Ukraine and all of the billions to Zelensky completely not related to any of the scandals. We have a scandal with Obama's chef, by the way, as well, or maybe a scandal, maybe not. You guys heard about the Obama chef story? Where his chef drowned. May he rest in peace. And I don't know what's going on there. He drowned in like it wasn't even in the ocean. It was in a lake in like 8 feet deep water. And I think he was paddle boarding or something like that. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm sure something is up. Anyway, I was saying the Wall Street Journal came out with some information about how Europeans are getting poorer and Americans are getting richer. The Wall Street Journal says that Europeans are getting poorer. The French are eating less foie gras and drinking less wine. Spaniards are economizing on olive oil. Finns are being urged to visit saunas on windy days when electricity is cheaper. Across Germany, meat and milk consumption has fallen to its lowest level in 3 decades. Europe has slipped into recession, disrupting global supply chains and causing energy and food prices to soar. The Eurozone economy has grown by 6% over the past 15 years when measured in dollars, while the US economy has grown 82%. The average EU country has become poorer on a per capita basis than any US state. As European governments need to increase defense spending and the cost of borrowing rises, economists expect taxes to rise. Taxes in Europe are already high. American workers take nearly 3/4 of their wages, while French and German workers take only half. Europe is getting played. Europe is getting played. Not only are their economies in trouble, but they're now going to be ordered by the U.S. and by NATO to spend more on defense spending, where they don't have the money to spend on defense. So how about the Russian economy? Well, I mean, you guys are seeing the Russian economy in action. Keep in mind, it's like 11, what time is it? It's 12:10 right now in Moscow. So can you imagine how full this shopping center gets on the weekends or after work? So right now, everybody should be at work. There should be an empty shopping center, and it's not jam-packed full, but there's activity and there's shops, and there's all kinds of stuff that they're selling. I mean, what can I say? What can I say here? Everything is pretty normal. So the Russian economy, according to Russian President Vladimir Putin, is set for a 2% growth in 2023, doing much better than they had expected. Even the IMF has said that the Russian economy will experience in 2023 a 1.5% growth. And that's the IMF admitting that the Russian economy is going to grow, and it's going to grow a lot faster than they had anticipated. Just like 3-4 months ago, the IMF was saying that the Russian economy in 2023 was going to grow by I think they said 0.8%, and now they've revised that upwards to 1.5%, 1.3 or 1.5%. That's the IMF. The IMF, which is very hostile towards Russia. And Putin also said, as he was talking about the Russian economy, he said that real wage growth has increased by double digits. So the economy is growing, wages are growing. How are those sanctions working out? You tell me, how are the sanctions working out? Sanctions are having a devastating effect. Devastating effect. I think Ursula needs to implement a 12th and a 13th sanctions package. Oh boy, so let's wrap this video up. My first video indoors. It's a first. I was hoping to find the park here, but didn't work out that way. So let's see here. Before we get to our clown world, I do want to say a couple of quick words about the fires in Greece. The fires on the island of Rhodos, Avia. 2 pilots died yesterday fighting the fires in Avia. May they rest in peace to brave Greek firefighters, brave Greek pilots. May you rest in peace. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their families and their loved ones. And the fires in Greece are it's something that happens every year. I think that's what I want to say. Since I've been going to Greece or living in Greece, every single year there are devastating fires. And whatever government is ruling, whether it's left, right, center, it doesn't matter. No government that has ever been in power in Greece has been able to figure out a way to stop the fires. Every single summer, Greece experiences devastating fires. And it's always made me wonder, how come the Greek government can't get a handle on this? It's been one of the questions that has kept me a bit confused as to why. Every summer, I always ask myself, why? Why can't they stop the fires? Because they know they're coming, whether they're man-made, whether they're from an accident or nature, whatever. It doesn't matter. They know that the fires are going to come, or that the possibility, the high possibility of fires is coming in the summer. So how come they can't stop it? I don't know. Maybe it's too difficult. It's something that I've never been able to figure out, and I think a lot of Greeks ask themselves the same question. Why do we have to go through this every year? It's not Starbucks coffee. It's Stars coffee. I love it. I love it. Timothy, famous Russian rap star. By the way, he's been sanctioned in Canada. I got the information that the Canadians, Justin Trudeau, they sanctioned a Russian rap star who now owns or is part owner of Stars Coffee. Not Starbucks, but Stars Coffee. And you know what? It's anti-woke and much better than Starbucks. Much better than Starbucks. So, yeah, the Greek fires. Breaks my heart, man. It breaks my heart every summer, and they can't get a handle on it. By the way, this is the former defense minister, Kamenos, and keep in mind this is the former defense minister. He put out a statement which was picked up by a lot of accounts on Twitter and Telegram, where he said that the Greek government should just suck it up, bow their heads, and go to the Russian government, and ask for these. I guess they're like a specialty aircraft, the BE 200. I think it's an amphibious aircraft. I'm not sure. I'm sure I'm messing that up, but it's a special aircraft for fighting fires. I guess it's like one of the best aircraft to fight fires. And the former defense minister of Greece, he's like, look, just go to Russia and ask for their help, because we really need this equipment that Russia has to fight fires, which is actually, these aircraft are now fighting fires in Turkey, from what I read. And a lot of people were saying yes, ask the Russians for help. A lot of other people in Greece who are very pro-EU were like, Kamenos, former defense minister, you're a Putin puppet. How dare you ask Russia for help? It's better to have our islands burn. Much better to have our islands burn than to ask for Russia for help, than to go to Russia for help. Just to show you how crazy people are. The Russophobia that is off the charts. And this comes from a country like Greece, which is very friendly, very warm to Russia, the Greek people. The Greek people love the Russian people. And you still have elements in media and in government that would rather see their islands burn than to go and ask the Russian government for help. Anyway, these BE 200 planes, I think they're engaged in Turkey either way, but a lot of people were talking about Kamenos' statement on Twitter and on Telegram. The interesting part about his statement is that if the Mitsotakis government, the ruling government, actually did approach the Russian government and ask for help, even after all the sanctions and all the demonization that the Mitsotakis government has thrown towards Russia and all of these things that they've done towards the Putin government, the Greek government, I bet you that the Russian government would help out the Greek government. Even after all the sanctions, all the demonization, all the terrible rhetoric, the Russian government would still help out the Greek people. I'll put money on it. But they won't ask the Russian government for help. They won't ask for these planes because the Greek government, in order to approach the Russian government and ask for planes to help put out these fires, they need the permission of the U.S. Embassy. They need the permission of the Biden White House, and the Biden White House will never give Greece the permission to approach Russia. Never going to happen. That's what happens when you lose your sovereignty. So let's do a clown world, and we'll wrap this video up. And for this clown world, this video has had a Biden theme to it. So let's see here. I could talk about what's happening in Ukraine, what's happening on the front lines, but it's, Ukraine would like to say it's a stalemate. The Zelensky regime is going to say it's a stalemate. The collective West media is going to say it's a stalemate, but it's not. It's not a stalemate. It's the Ukraine military losing men and weapons and supplies in the hundreds and thousands on a daily basis as they make zero gains. So this is a catastrophe for the Zelensky regime. What the Zelensky regime needs to do in this instance is they need to call off this this offensive. They need to call it off. That's what they need to do. They need to call it off. They need to fall back and just build up defensive positions in and around Kiev. That's what they should do. Even better, if they were even smarter, the Zelensky regime would call off this offensive. This is if Zelensky really cared about his country and his people. He would call off this offensive. He would call up the Russian government, and he would try to find a way to end this. And he would tell the European Union and the United States, the Biden White House, he would tell them to buzz off. That's what he would do if he really cared about his country and his people. But none of that's going to happen. They're going to continue to try and break through. The Ukraine military is going to continue to try and break through on the front lines. They're actually trying to break through in Bakhmut, Artyomovsk, which is just insanity. They seem to be obsessed with Artyomovsk, with Bakhmut, and they keep on gaining nothing. They make no gains. Actually, it's the Russian military that is making gains. So let's do a clown world. And for any information on the front lines, what's going on in Ukraine, there's always Alexander's channel and Brian Berletic's channel, the New Atlas, and they'll give you a good roundup as to the debacle that is the great big Ukraine counteroffensive that offends me and offends you and offends everybody, including Joe Biden's dog. Because in this clown world, we have the story that Biden's dog, I believe this is his second dog now, has attacked 7 Secret Service agents. And actually one Secret Service agent was seriously hurt from this dog attack. The most serious incident took place last November when the then 1-year-old German Shepherd named Commander came down a flight of stairs and bit an agent who was sitting at the bottom with his arms folded. Commander bit the agent on his arm and his thigh, causing a considerable amount of pain and forcing the agent to shield himself with a steel cart as the dog came after him again, according to a Secret Service email published on Tuesday by Judicial Watch, a conservative watchdog group. And I believe Karine Jean-Pierre, when she was asked about the Biden dog, I think she was the dog attacks, she was dismissive of it. She's it happens. It happens all the time. I don't have her quote bookmarked. Maybe I have her quote bookmarked. Let me see. Here we go. I do have it bookmarked. The White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, said Biden's dog bites of Secret Service employees is because the White House is stressful. That's why the dog is attacking Secret Service, because it's stressful. The dog is under a lot of stress, so it has to bite 7 Secret Service agents. I've had a lot of dogs in my life. I love dogs. I've had a lot of dogs as pets. And, the dog is, in a way, a dog is a reflection of its owner. And everything's about how you teach the dog, how you train the dog. And if you have a kind dog and a dog that loves people, that's because of you, the owner. If you have a dog that's attacking Secret Service agents, attacking the very agents that are there to protect you, well, then I think that reflects on Joe Biden. So, you have Hunter Biden, you have Biden's daughter and her diary, and you have Biden's dog that is attacking Secret Service agents. Yeah, Joe Biden is a good guy. Anyway, I'm going to end the video there, everybody. TheDuran.locals.com. We are on Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Telegram, and Rockfin. Go to the Duran shop, pick up a hoodie, 10% off. Use the code. Good day. Take care.